Hi everyone, this is Ms. Granger. In this video, we're going to go over the Unit 6, Lesson 1 Introduction to our new unit called A World in Crisis. Remember that you'll fill in the blanks and complete the activities as directed. Let's get started. Let's start with our statement of inquiry, or our big idea of this unit. We're going to say that the desire for power in global interactions can lead to negative consequences. Now note that this says can lead. It doesn't say always leads. It doesn't always lead to negative consequences, but that having this great desire for power can have negative impacts and results. All right, let's look at some keywords and practice questions. So remember that you'll see the definition on the top. Right underneath the definition, you'll draw a picture that to you represents the word. And then below, you'll answer a practice question that uses the vocabulary word in context. So our first word that we'll describe is power. So when we talk about power, we're talking about the ability to direct or influence the behavior of others or the course of events. So based on that definition, pause now and draw a picture that represents this concept. Next, you're going to answer this question. In politics, who is someone who has traditionally had power? So think about what you know about the political world, and this could be a specific person or a general person, as long as they have traditionally had power at some point. So think of who that might be. It could be lots of different people or groups, and write your answer here. Our next word is global, and global means worldwide. Like picture the globe, a large globe that is global. So draw a picture that represents that term. Pause and do that now. Our question here is, what is an example of a global weather event that happens in different places around the world? So we're trying to find some similarities between different places in the world. Even though there are different latitudes and longitudes on the planet, we still have similar global weather events. So what is one example of that? Our last word is consequence. And a consequence is the result of an action. So the kind of after in the before and after. So go ahead and pause and draw a picture of this term. Here's our question. If a student doesn't do their homework, what might be a consequence? There's probably a couple different choices you could choose here, so respond in the way that you choose. So as IB or International Baccalaureate students, we are focusing on 10 learner profiles. For this unit, we're really going to focus on being principled. So here's what that means. When we're principled, it means that we act with integrity and honesty with a strong sense of fairness. We take responsibility for our own actions and the consequences that accompany them. This is a really interesting term because it applies to us as students doing this unit and others, but it also applies to the different players involved in our unit this time, which is about both world wars. Let's look at our inquiry questions. And remember, we're going to think about these as we go through our unit, and you don't need to answer them now, but they're very interesting. So our first one is, why do some groups desire power? This has happened all throughout history in every corner of the globe, and what are the reasons that some groups want that? Second, how can global interactions lead to negative consequences? And finally, should groups in power only look out for their own group, or should they be conscious of the effects of their actions on others? You can kind of think about what you think about this question. It's kind of an either or. All right, our last section of this introduction is going to be about our ATL skills. And we're going to kind of piece together the ways to do this. So you'll see two columns, and it's going to start on the front of your page on the bottom. On the left-hand column, it says IB criteria strand and ATL skill, plus how to do it. So you're going to see kind of our objectives for the unit. So students will, and then italics, you'll see our grading strand. So this is something you'll be graded on. And then you'll be doing that by doing these ATL, or approaches to learning skills. So you'll see the objective up here in this kind of lighter gray box. Your job will be to put the correct pieces of paper into the correct white boxes. So here I'm looking for how to do this skill of writing informatively, for example. So I'm going to find those steps here. I'll show you more in just a moment. On the right-hand side, this column says this skill matters because, and over here you're going to find the reasons. Why do we even learn how to do this? What's the purpose? Is it just for our class in history? Could I apply this to other classes or parts of my life? The answer is yes, and you're going to be finding those here. You'll see on the whole back side more objectives. So students will, and then again, the thing you'll be graded on, plus the ATL skill. You'll see that going all the way down the page here. You're also going to have a little pack of cards, I suppose, pieces of paper that you're going to be putting into your notes. One side's going to have numbers with kind of steps, and then one side will have bullet points. And so your job is to figure out which little strips of paper go into which boxes here. So you're going to kind of read, arrange, make sure you're reading these very carefully, and then you'll want to get that checked by your teacher before you attach them down with whatever adhesive your teacher has suggested. For this intro lesson, be sure to check with your teacher if you have any questions.